A very good evening to you. I am Ryan Broom with the Saturday, November 18th edition of the CBC Evening News. In our top story, the Transport Ministry intends to intensify its message about road safety as this month continues. And Minister Michael Lashley promises an all-out push to ensure all road users learn the rules of the road and the importance of adhering to them. Mr. Lashley was speaking in Jubilee Gardens as the ministry held its first Road Safety Awareness Day. He says the message is intended to save lives.
If we re-educate the public and say, look, drunk driving is a no-no. Driving under the influence is a no-no. Reckless driving, driving without due care and attention, without consideration for other road users, that wants to be educated and go on this platform, not only utilizing the public spaces, but going into schools, going into the primary schools, utilizing community groups, utilizing the church, utilizing other stakeholder groups too, that we believe that the message will go out there.
Mr. Lashley notes that there were 26 fatal accidents this year, but says the aim going forward is 0 fatalities.
Let us eliminate or try to ensure that we don't have any more road fatalities. Minimize all of these infractions in relation to the road traffic laws. So let us go out there. Not only the Ministry of Transport and Work, not only the PSV owners, not only the Council for the Disabled, but every single Barbadian. We ask you to go out there and spread the message. Spread it. This is Road Safety Month. Let us be each other keeper.
Now, what do you get when you mix a serving of local cuisine with a helping of international flavor? The Barbados Food and Rum Festival, a melting pot of eats, drinks, and good music. More now in this report.
The 2017 edition of the Barbados Food and Rum Festival began with Thursday's Night Out in Oistins event. Scores gathered at the popular fish spot where local chefs delighted patrons with freshly done offerings. Barbadian-born London-based chef Jason Howard was on hand and encouraged the use of more indigenous produce in the local food industry, a subject he is passionate about. He says that there is great potential just waiting to be tapped.
We have a lot of quality food in Barbados, and I don't think we take advantage of it enough, and I don't think we utilize it enough. Our import bill is skyrocketing, and I would like to help create trends and things to help promote local indigenous produce. That is amazing, that is world class. And I think we need to stop taking it for granted and start using it a bit more.
The Barbados Food and Rum Festival began as the Barbados Food, Wine and Rum Festival before being rebranded in 2016. Now in its 8th year, the festival has emerged as a major attraction for locals and visitors alike.
The food and rum is great. It's a good way to kick off winter 2017. At this time, there are a lot of visitors already arriving to Barbados. Barbados is popping on and popping and happening. And this is a really good way to start off the season.
One of the upcoming highlights of the festival will be the gourmet safari at the Cliff restaurant, which will feature 3-star Michelin chef Jean-Georges Van Juristen working along with the Cliff's resident chefs. Executive General Manager at the Cliff, Peter Harris, says it's an opportunity for local chefs to be exposed to international standards and techniques.
We just can't stick to all local products or produce just all local food when we're servicing an international market. People will be coming from all walks of life to Barbados, and yes, they do want to try local cuisine and look at what's adventurous stuff was being produced, but in the long run, they're used to fine dining abroad, and they want to experience fine dining, or maybe, what should I say, a comfort level in food when they're in Barbados as well.
The Food and Rum Festival will end on Sunday with events at the Hilton and Tides restaurant. Lorna Jones, CBC News.
Thanks, Lorna. Well, with 13 days left until it ends, Barbadians are being praised for their response to the government's extended tax amnesty program. Finance Minister Chris Sinclair says data collected earlier this year shows the program has helped to recover significant amounts of outstanding taxes.
I believe we had penciled in about 20 million and we ended up with near 40 or something of that nature. So if it continued to trend in that regard, then it would have been quite a bit. And in that regard, I want to thank Barbadians for participating in the program. We probably will not have another amnesty for a little while because you don't want to have an amnesty every few months.
In other news, the opposition Barbados Labour Party has condemned what it describes as an unprecedented level of corruption in Barbados. Member of Parliament for St. Joseph, Dale Marshall, says if the BLP is successful in the next general election, a major priority will be the establishment of an integrity commission to fight this corruption. Mr. Marshall says the existing 2012 bill will be scrapped and a new integrity commission bill will be laid before Parliament.
The fact is that the existing Act of 2012 is woefully deficient in important areas and cannot usefully serve to maintain integrity in public life in our current circumstances. The commission which was created in the 2012 Act is a fairly helpless and toothless creature, and it is hamstrung by the very instrument which created it.
Former Chief Justice Sir David Simmons and attorneys Leslie Haynes QC, Stuart Motley and Gregory Nichols are major contributors to the BLP's draft bill, which has now been made available online. Mr. Marshall says it addresses key deficiencies in the old Act, which lacks any enforcement or investigative mechanisms. He says the Commission will be able to do more than just investigate and gather evidence.
We are also giving them the power to employ investigative officers, and those investigative officers have their functions enshrined in law, so that they can actually engage in a sort of policing kind of activity, rather than just waiting for reports to be made to it. Under existing law, the Commission has to wait until somebody reports something to it. In this bill that we are putting before the public of Barbados, we feel that the investigative authority of the Commission is vital, and therefore we propose to do it as well.
Well, we take a break here, but we'll be back with more news in just a moment.
Sunday, November 19th, the NIFCA Performing Arts Gala returns to the Garfield Sober Sports Complex at 6 p.m. Performing artists of all ages and all styles from all over Barbados perform on one stage. Join us for a night of excellence with some of your favorite groups. It's the NIFCA Performing Arts Gala, Sunday, November 19th at 6 p.m. sharp. Adults $30, children $10. Tickets available at CS Pharmacy, A&B Music, Sheraton Center, Warren's Ticket Center, Massey Stores, Emerald City Supermarket, the National Cultural Foundation, and TicketPal.com. Also sponsored by Scotiabank, Sagicor, and Massey.
Something digging down my passion fruit one. I don't know what made, but I ain't find out. Listen, Rudy First, the plant doctor, is here. On behalf of the Extension Department of the Ministry of Agriculture, Food, Fisheries and Water Resource Management, I invite you to a plant clinic. All the farmers and the people who live in Christchurch to a plant clinic on Tuesday, November the 21st at Parish Land Pavilion in Christchurch from 9:30 in the morning. So walk with your plant samples here and find out what you can do with your plants. They've also got presentations for mulching, pest control, and pest identification as well, and the proper use of pesticides, you know, what kind of equipment you should have and everything. I want to see all when they come up to this plant clinic. It can be very informative. Goody! Something but me, I don't know where it is.
God knows what he was doing when he put Independence Day on Thursday, because he don't plan to stand in his house. Me and the two grands going down Pirate School for Q-Fest. Them going in the kids zone with them jumping tents and them things so. And I going to line dance and have some fun playing games. Don't worry, I still able. I making sure we belly full cause all sort of food book there. And then going back home cause you see, I got to change and put on my good dress for the dance at Blue Moon. And the $10, can't forget the $10 to get in. Q Kids, Q in the community, and a Q dance. Q good for me.
Tick tock, tick tock. Ultimate Cooler Cruise 2, November 25th. Tickets available at Cbc The Pine, Superstyle Shoe Shops at Sky Mall and Bridgetown.
Welcome back. Well, vendors and artists may have a new place to sell their wares once work is completed on the Constitution River Terminal. This suggestion from Transport Minister Michael Lashley during a tour of the facility, which is expected to be completed by February. The minister believes that the terminal has enough space to accommodate such activity on weekends.
Working along with the tourism, Minister of Tourism, working along with the Minister of Agriculture, that we can utilize some space here, particularly for itinerant vendors to come and play their trade. Also, in terms of promoting art and culture in Barbados, that they can utilize certain places in here. We have space that they can use now, covered area, and a more pleasing environment that they can use. So we have a lot of win-wins in relation to this project.
The Democratic Labour Party candidate for the city is promising to always be there for his constituents if he is elected to serve in the lower house. Henderson Williams says good leadership is important, and politicians must understand that they should serve the people who have placed them in such positions. Mr. Williams was delivering the weekly Astor B. Watts lecture at the DLP headquarters. He was speaking of the topic, Maximizing Human Potential, a Model for Development.
Sometimes people don't understand or recognize that when you serve, you say you serve, but sometimes it's more a situation where, you know, I will give you if I feel like it, and I will come when the bell is rung for the election, and after that, I ain't seeing you no more, right? And that has been the cry of the persons in the city and all going around, and that's not the model that we practice, right? That's not the model that we practice. So we intend to continue to serve our community and our society.
Well, we take another break here, but when we return, Damian Best has a full sports package.